All right. My name is Chris Campbell. I'm a practicing attorney, and I work with small businesses and individuals to help them pay the least amount of taxes possible by keeping them out of jail. So today I wanted to talk about another way to stop the clock on collections. So if you're getting a number of notices, collections, and you just haven't had an opportunity to address taxes, when you get that awful mailing from the IRS that essentially says, hey, we're going to levy on your assets. This is essentially your final warning. You need to take care of it. Now, find yourself in a situation where you get that letter, you have no idea, you have no clue, that you don't know what you're going to do, and probably got to that point because you were probably ignoring the previous mailings that you received. So the first thing is don't ignore it, get it addressed. But if you find yourself in a situation where you haven't had a chance to address it yet, and you're putting it off, finally get that letter, you're not sure what to do, there's actually a way that you can stop the collections process. Doesn't absolve, but kind of put a pause because you don't want to wake up one day and find yourself with a bank levy and your accounts are drained. The IRS does have the ability to do that. So to avoid that, or to avoid any other liens being put on your name or your property, whatever the case may be, there is something that is called the short-term extension to pay in full. So there's something called the short-term extension to pay in full. And what that is exactly what is that it will give you more time, up to 6 months, 100 days, to pay the balance in full. And during that time, all collection activity will stop. All collection activity will stop for that period of time that they've given you the extension. Now, they're doing that with the expectation that you will pay it full. However, it does buy you time to take additional action. So one of the things that you could do is if you're in a situation where you feel like you're not able to pay the balance in full, use that time to then set up either a payment arrangement, put together an offer in compromise, which I've spoke about before with an offer in compromise. If you don't think you have the ability to pay, you can put together an offer in compromise, or you can use that time to put together a payment arrangement. Or if you're just simply not inclined to do it and just don't want to wrap your head around this, you can simply just use that time to find someone that can. You want to use that time wisely because the collection activities will continue once those 180 days are up. So it's pretty generous offering, but you can't continue to get more of these. So you want to either make sure that you either get it resolved or get a payment plan within those 6 months, which is a pretty generous time considering that you will stop all the collection activities. So just a quick tidbit, use short-term extension to pay in full. Reach out to the IRS. You probably have to give them a call for it. I'm not sure if there's a formal form for it, but if you give them a call, the request to do so, and as long as you don't have these other extensions out, then they'll do that for you. So look at it as also the same thing with the payment plan, where you can only have one payment plan. You can only have one of these extensions to pay out for a particular year. And you probably will want to use that if the balance is relatively high. If the balance is relatively small, you may not want to use this tactic. If your balance is pretty high, take a look at doing that. Stop the clock, give you a bit of breather, get some time to gather yourself, do what you do, but you do need to address it. So keep the can down the road, but you can do it but so much. You will have to address it at some point. Quick tidbit, something that can be very useful. All right. So that's all for now. So if you have any more questions about this particular topic or any of your tax or accounting related questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. All right. That's all for now, and I'll talk to you soon.